All right, welcome back to Finance Friday, everybody. These are all going to be on eBay auction. All these cards starting today. Some of these will not be on until the next day. Don't bother me until they are on. Enjoy. No reserve auction. Yep, these are alpha duels. These are not betas. Alpha duels on no reserve. Yep, this is a time walk alpha. No reserve auction. And you got to know why I'm doing all this stuff? Well, here's why. Link is below to bid. Look at why. I need you guys to help me fund this pool. This pool in Hawaii is costing me a fortune. I need to sell my dual lands, sell my magic cards. Someone buy my business. Please help me. Enjoy the video.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's me, Daniel, with vintagemagic.com, and happy Finance Friday. All right, guys, so as you guys know, we'll have lots of exciting eBay auctions this week. Link is below if you're looking to bid. Awesome items for sale. I went to Toronto, Canada, first time to see my friend Roger, and he has, several $100,000 of items he wants us to help him sell. He wants to reallocate those assets, so those items will be up pretty much this week coming up, and hope you guys win some items. All right, guys, so let's talk about kind of the current environment for Magic, where I'm seeing it head, and my thoughts. All right, so right now we're pretty much in tax season right now, past Q1. And the economy still is kind of just like this situation. A lot of people think that the experts think that the economy is going to go in a deeper recession, or I don't know. Are we in a recession? I don't even know, because honestly, all I see is movement for high-end items still going crazy. For example, the PWCC auction that happened with a bunch of PSA 10 cards sold by Dave Edwards collection, including a Alpha Black Lotus, sold for like $540,000. I mean, that's a record. The record previously was like $511,000 for an actual PSA 10. It was on eBay a few years ago. I think that was Dave's second Alpha Lotus. But, I mean, the economy is supposed to be bad, right? Why is that card going for so much? And then there's other cards that were, decently priced sales. The collection's well over $1 million plus now in terms of sales. So I don't know. I mean, high-end cards still going strong, right? Now, you can argue and say, well, the auctions are reflective towards high-end collectors, not the overall economy. And, you're partially correct, because the reality is, when you talk about graded cards, if someone wants it for their set or their specific card, they're going to go after it. They don't really care, right? So that's part of it. But I also think what's interesting to understand is that the Magic market as a whole, the luxury old school cardboard market, is generally economy based in some way too, because a lot of these people, they make $100,000 to $200,000 to $300,000 a year. They have expendable incomes. I mean, the prices of the cards for a lot of things are holding steady from the initial drop, about 20-25% in some cases. So you could be like, well, Dan, it's, yeah, but still hasn't gone up, but it's flattened, in my opinion. So a lot of things like Legends, Arabian Nights, Antiquities are undervalued, in my opinion. Beta cards, even alpha cards have taken a dip. So it's kind of weird. The last 2 years, we've seen this bull market, zero interest rates, and now we're at this, 7% interest rate, whatever type of thing. I think the Fed's going to increase another 0.25% here coming up. It's unprecedented, and inflation is crazy still, but one important factor is jobs. Jobs are still around. The unemployment rate is actually really low in comparative to before, which tells me that it's kind of one of those weird things that aren't like the 2007, 2008 bubble. I am seeing layoffs. Obviously the bigger companies have announced layoffs. There are layoffs, but I also think those layoffs are not hitting those, again, $100,000 to $300,000 range employees. for who buy expensive luxury cardboard. But I think as a broader whole, yeah, the jobs below $100,000, you're gonna have more layoffs for sure. I don't know. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not too sure what's really going to happen from this end. I'd like to hear your comments below if you have any thoughts on this. Love to hear about it. How does those jobs being lost on those lower income brackets affect the older Magic cards? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Another thing that I also noticed was that investing for other assets is still strong. And I'll say this, it'd be Pokemon or, Flesh and Blood's gone up a little bit, I guess. Comic books, artwork. Speaking of artwork, here you go, some artwork. Prints, whatever, right? People are diversifying their cash because what's happened is people are flooded with cash in a lot of cases. So the reason why, a lot of things that you're seeing was there was a dip in the Magic market this last year basically, and this extra cash is due to fear, a lot of it. So you're hoarding a lot of cash. You have to put it to work eventually. The question is, at what point do you put to work and what do you buy? And I'm seeing a lot of people get into, the assets I just mentioned. So is it attractive to buy right now? That's really the question, right? Well, I think it's always good to buy below the peak. So the peak was about a year or so ago. So if you're buying anything now, pretty much anything, you're getting a discount. And you know what? I like discounts. I've been buying, but buying still in this market regardless. But buy when there was a higher market. I always say cost average is good. Cost average to items are awesome. Another thing is like Jeff Ferreira collection. Jeff Ferreira was the agent for Christopher Rush for many years. Christopher Rush passed away. Great guy. And he had a lot of items with Heritage Auctions, an auction sale that ended about a couple of weeks ago or so. Sucks, man. I actually was asleep, or I don't know. I missed some of the items I wanted to bid on. Regardless, though, there was a artist proof signed by Christopher Rush that sold for $615,000, graded CGC 8.5. The highest item ever, I think, for a Magic item for CGC. And that beats out, it's actually one of the highest public sales ever for a Magic item in general. I think it's probably the highest publicly ever. I mean, except the Black Lotus artwork. That's never going to be trumped. That was $4 million. But that was last year, and that also was an auction. So I don't know. But using auction metrics, I mean, the Black Lotus selling for $4 million was, a private sale. I brokered it, but that was an auction. So the metrics we have to use are, through auction, I guess. So that sale, Jeff Ferreira, was a big sale. And that shows you, again, who would buy that kind of item? Well, investors. Maybe Post Malone wanted 2 of them because I bought the first one for $800,000. Not sure. But there was also one that I heard, another artist proof, a beta artist proof, Black Lotus, sold for $700,000 right after Post Malone's. So yeah, you could argue me $800,000, $700,000, $600,000. It's gone down, right? But still, it's not gone down $100,000. So I think the correction for luxury goods, we're seeing a flattening eventually, and also people putting money to work. The Ferreira, the auctions were overall pretty good. The altars he had for sale, some of the play mats, stuff like that was cool. But one item in particular was a quad Beta Lotus BGS 9.5. I noticed that didn't sell. And I think it had a reserve of $150,000. Buyer's premium would be $190,000, give or take. And so that tells me that not every item that's graded will go, and people are using reserve type of things. I've seen this on eBay, more higher minimum, stuff like that, because, people don't need to sell, but they're willing to test the market and put marketing out there, put items out there to see if it will sell. So question also is, why are you selling so many eBay item cards on no reserve auction right now? Wow. Part of it, some of it's consignment. Some of it is my own product. A lot of it's my own product. And well, quite honestly, I always take positions and reallocate the funds. What will I buy? Well, I get asked that question all the time too. I like to buy more artwork. I like to buy more real estate, put some more money into stocks when they're lower, diversify my portfolio in that way. So a lot of you be like, well, why are you selling if you believe the market's going to go up long term? Well, you got to diversify. If you're heavy on magic cards, like myself, or investments in that arena, you diversify in other assets. Most of you guys have a lot of more stocks, real estate, stuff like that. So you're rediversifying into other assets like collectibles. So it's kind of a flip, but that's kind of why I do it. Also, well, I like to keep active in the community and be a part of selling, trading, buying, etc. And also, if you guys are selling at all, I'm always buying. Daniel@vintagemagic.com is my email, or text me, call me at 206-914-7974. Not open 24 hours a week, 7 days a week, but call me at a reasonable time. Don't call me at freaking 4 a.m. or I'm not going to talk to you, but I'll call you probably next day. All right, so back to it. Another thing that I think that people are missing out on big time right now is I actually think sealed product is at an all-time low. Yeah, sealed product like Urza Saga. Urza Saga, this box. This is going to be on our auction, on eBay auction. My friend Roger has this up for auction. I'll be selling it for him on my account. But look at this. Nice box. I want to call it Gem Mint. None of these boxes are, but beautiful Wizards logo. Sealed product. Zendikar OG. Remember this box, guys? Zendikar, the original, what started it all. Not Battle from Zendikar, the OG Zendikar on eBay auction. Pretty much, if you watch this video, give it a few days, it'll be on auction. And last but not least, what is this? World Wake, Jace the Mind Sculptor. I think this is the year that I got back to Magic on a heavy stint. 2009 or something? I don't even remember that. Yeah, something like that. 2009. World Wake, OG, Jace the Mind Sculptor. So, sealed product to me has gone down quite a bit. That's a large part of Rudy's investment portfolio, and I think it's an investment that you should look at. And, sealed packs, starter decks, stuff like that, still has a lot of room to go back up. And my last pro tip for today's Finance Friday, always look at artist proofs, altered cards. Been saying it for years. The Jeff Ferreira auctions at Heritage, just look at the history. Some of these altars are insane pricing. There's an unglued plains, beautiful Black Lotus altar in the plains, sold for like $10,000. Yeah. The altar was obviously beautiful altar. I mean, I've sold these Alpha Forests for anywhere from around $2,000 plus by Christopher Rush, but they're with Bosca pen. Isn't as detailed. This Black Lotus altar was insanely beautiful. So, goes to show you, if you do an altar, get great quality out of it, make it creative or unique, and also 3, on a surface, maybe a playable card that is unique to the game, but also, functionally used, but also can be, not everybody has. So think about that. I've seen Star Wars altars. I've seen like a snowman by Christopher Rush. I've seen, whatever, right? People's faces, people's cats. I don't know if that's going to sell well, but regardless, if you get an altar, get something cool, get something different, get something unique. I think that's a great investment idea. And that goes with artist proofs also. If you're doing artist proofs, make sure you get cool drawings, detailed drawings, top of the line quality. Might take you a year, 2 to 3 years, who knows? But it will be worth it as an investment and a collectible. All right, guys. Well, hope you have a great weekend. Make sure you check out all our eBay auctions right now going on. And good luck. Happy bidding. We'll talk to you in the next one.
Hey guys, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. I'm here to share with you more about our deck and set collector fulfillment service. The deck fulfillment service caters to the player. And what that basically means is if you are a player looking to fulfill your old school Magic deck, certain Power 9 or key pieces in your vintage deck, or dual lands in your legacy deck, we have the inventory and the resources to help you fulfill your needs. Next, we have the set collector fulfillment service. This really caters more towards the collector. Oftentimes I've been asked, hey Dan, can you help me find this specific graded card for this set? Or Dan, can you find me these 20 cards left in my beta set? It doesn't matter what you're looking for, even if it's like every single Sarah Angel possible out there, I can help you out. My resources and extensive network in Magic the Gathering, I was able to help thousands of clients all over the world fulfill their needs. I've made it my mission at vintagemagic.com to be your one-stop shop for all your collector needs. For any significant item or collection, we're able to travel anywhere in the world to meet you. The reason why my clients love this service because it saves you time. What happens is collectors and players often search all over online or at vendors and they never find exactly what they're looking for. By going to us, we are the only one-stop shop who can help you with your needs. Using our service gets you exactly what you want and saves you time and money.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.